Hi, I'm Summer. I went to the Indiana Day Treatment Program. I was there in like 2000, and I also went there in 2003. I completed the program both times. It wasn't easy. I was young. I had a kid when I was in school. Made it through everything, got out of day treatment twice, graduated high school. I then I went to further my education, but I didn't do that until I was like 21. I went to school and became an LPN, and it wasn't easy. It was all a struggle. Every day, I had to deal with my kids. I worked, made it through everything, and life wasn't easy. And today I have a decent job, and I just nothing was easy.
What's the day program?
It's like what the kids do here on the AC side, but it's a school in Indiana. It's part of Adelphi.
Okay.
Did you go to any like group homes or did you just go to AC?
No, I wasn't in any group homes. I was just in the day treatment program. I went to school, and that was it.
You don't gotta answer this, but if you wanna elaborate, why were you put into the day school instead of regular?
I just didn't want to cooperate and do anything that I was told to do in school. I was just defiant and skipping school and just wanted to do what I wanted to do.
What changed your mindset of like, what made it click?
Honestly, I just think like I had enough of, everything, and I had 2 children at the time. I was 21 now. Just wanted to better my life and wanted my kids to, see that, we were okay, and we weren't struggling anymore, and just basically for them and for myself.
Okay, you don't have to answer this question either, but what was like the hardest part of like the whole thing, like your whole journey?
Probably, I had to change like everything, like people, places, and things, and just had to get away from everybody and just be by myself and have my kids in my life and not worry about wanting to have like friends or anybody that was going to drag me down. So that was probably the hardest thing, just getting rid of everybody in my life.
So how did you continue, like, is the treatment, like, modality still the same there as it is here, like what they teach you, like ARTs, CG, stuff like that?
She was just in the school program of it. I don't think they did all that. She wasn't in like the
What was it like trying to raise your kid while you were still in school?
It was a struggle, but I had a good support group. I had my mom to help me. So, it wasn't easy. I was up with a crying baby all night and going to school during the day, and it was tough.
Do you think having your kids while you were still in school maybe like affected like your schooling maybe?
I don't really think it affected my schooling because I just wasn't ready to do the schooling. So I think it was just me.
Mentally hard for you to take care of. So, and also like kind of juggle school.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was not easy. I mean, having a kid and having to take responsibility and take care of that and go to school and work and support her, and it was not easy.
What were some goals and accomplishments you made after going to school and finishing?
After I finished school, honestly, like I still messed up. Like I did wrong until I was 21. So, you know, I had my kids still, but I still, you know, didn't do the right thing until I was 21, so I really didn't have any goals until something just clicked in my head and was like, you know, I'm tired of this, and, you know, decided to set goals and change my life.
Did you graduate from here?
No, I went back to high school my senior year and graduated like towards the end with my regular class.
Was it harder to do that? Like, was it harder or easier to be here and do school, or was it easier to be a public school?
It was easier through Adelphi just because the curriculum was a lot easier. So when you go back to public school, and I went back to public school, the transition was a lot harder. That's why I ended up in day treatment twice, because when I went back to public school, I didn't know anything that was going on because the curriculum was so different.
Do you think it was because of like the discipline and the structure that is implemented here?
It was because, basically, because when I went to, things might be different now, but when I went to day treatment, it was like, we were all in one room, we didn't switch classes, and it was all a mixture of, you know, I might have been 15, but there might have been a kid that was 12 in there, and we were all learning the same thing, so it was based on like a lower level.
It kind of got answered.
But
Do you have any pets?
Have any pets? Yes, we have 2 dogs and we have 2 dragons.
yeah,
And don't you have an addition to the family?
We have a baby.
Congratulations.
Tatiana,
When did you guys meet?
Jeez.
that's another story.
Everyone.
Where did you meet Greg?
That's another story. We're not gonna talk about that.
If you don't mind saying, what was like rock bottom for you?
Just like I wanted to live a better life, and, you know, I wanted to do things in life. I wanted to travel, and that was my main thing whenever I decided to change my life for the better. Like, I wanted to travel and see different things, and that was one of my things that I decided to do, and it gave me a drive to want to do good.
What did you say your job was?
I'm a nurse.
So did you go to college after all this?
When I was 21, I did, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Did anyone in your life save you?
No, I think I just, you know, I did everything for myself. Like, it was all about what I wanted to do, and nobody can really make you do good. You have to want it, so.
I tell you all the time, nobody can change y'all, man. The only person that can make the changes is yourselves.
So looking back on like everything that in the past, does that help you use it as a motivation?
Yeah, because I would never want to be in that place that I was back then. So I, you know, I don't ever dwell on the past or live in the past. I move forward.
Always remember it.
Yeah, I remember where I came from though and what I did.
Okay, so kind of going off what she said, like, no, it's not, never mind. That's like, okay, so like what made you want to do it? Like, was it because you wanted to do it for you to better yourself, or because you wanted to better yourself for your kids and for everybody else around you?
I wanted to do it for myself, but I also wanted to do it for my kids. But, you know, I had to want it for myself before I could do it for anybody else. So.
Did you ever worry about like the environment, like unsafe environments that your kid could possibly live in?
Say it again. Did she ever worry about the environment she had her kids in? Like, was it safe environment? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, my kids were always in a safe environment, no matter what I did, like, they were always with, like, my mom if I was out doing something I shouldn't have been doing. I never drugged them through anything.
The medicine process thing.
Um. Repeat that again?
What was the most impulsive thing that you done, and what was the hardest thing you had to drag yourself out of?
I'm not understanding that question.
Like, hold up. Like, the, like, behaviors, by your behaviors, you know, what was like the most strugglest thing, like, the hardest situation you had to like go
Pull
of,
yourself
like,
out of.
yeah, like, just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's only the people I was hanging around with. I mean, because I thought they were my friends and they're not. So now, like, I don't really have any friends. I just have like my kids and my husband and
Did you have something back there? Kid,
I would say for this like treatment here, I would say that there is most girls in here who feel like they're not getting the treatment due to some staff. But on the other hand, I feel like there is girls in here who feel like they do have that one specific staff that helps them like push through what they're going through. And I don't know about anybody else, but I dig in my treatment. Like I feel like my treatment is like all the way up there due to the fact that I do have 3 staff that make me feel like I can do this. But on the other hand, there's sometimes staff who may make you mad that day and your whole day goes like that. So what this place has taught me is self-control. When I was in here, I would fight. I'm in here due to fighting or want to fight police officers and assault because I had no self-control. I like the adrenaline that it gave me when I was fighting. So there's plenty times in this place where I could have fought somebody or I could have cussed somebody out, but due to my self-control, I took my break and I stepped away from the situation. So in my opinion, I feel like Adelphi does help. It's just with different circumstances. It's if you want to take the treatment and if you want to learn, instead of saying I can't or I can't do this and the third, it just depends on your mindset and how you take it in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's all about you and how you want to take it.
Ella,
Are you happy where you're at now?
I am. I'm very happy where I'm at now.
That's good.
Alexis.
Was it hard for you having a baby at a young age?
Yes, it was very hard. Very hard. Yeah, you have to juggle, you know, everything in life. Have a kid.
Did you wanna have a kid? Like, I'm not saying like was it an accident, but have a kid at that age?
No, I definitely didn't plan on it. I don't regret it, but I didn't plan on it.
How old did you have your baby?
I was 16.
Oh yeah, my mom had me at 16 and we both like basically grew up together because she was still a baby and I was a baby. So with her being young, having me, she basically like, I feel like this is how I think of it. I was like the 30-day trial. And then she had my siblings and the trial was over with. So now she's with my little siblings trying to make them better, if that makes sense. So I kind of understand how it feels for you to have like a baby at 16 because I grew up with a 60-year-old mother and we're both struggling. So I understand that.
What would you have done differently? Like if you could go back and change something, what would you have done different?
I would have did a lot of things differently. I would have stayed in public school. I would have not ran with the crowd that I ran with but it was all a life lesson. I mean, I don't regret anything in my past because it put me to where I'm at now, so.
Did you get the adoption bonus or?
No,
Don't know for what she said, like, did you not get it because like you didn't want it or?
because I wasn't in like the group home setting or.
Oh, yeah, because you had to successfully discharge or something.
So the adopted promise didn't come around to like 2012.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, it's not always been in existence. So it was anybody who's been in adult by 2012 and onward.
I didn't know that.
Summer was
They didn't have it.
first day treatment students back in the day.
2000,
Yeah.
2003, I was there
I
twice,
used
so.
to teach her.
Yep.
You were a teacher? I was a teacher, you're right, yeah.
I'm 3 surprises in 2 minutes, man.
How many years of college did you have to do to become a nurse?
I did one, cause I completed the LPN course.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah, I plan on furthering though, one day and doing my RN,
Is that a nurse practitioner?
licensed practitioner nurse.
And how much money is that?
A good bit.
No, I'm saying like to pay for that course.
It's a good bit.
Oh, I don't got a good bit.
Yeah, baby.
Like your job like now?
I do. Yeah, I work with individuals with IDD, so I work with individuals with intellectual and developmental disorders like autism, mental health, behavioral issues. Every day, you never know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, from what I see now, I feel like you have come a long way. You have he's our staff, so you have a beautiful baby, you have a good husband. And have you traveled the world?
We have traveled.
And you travel the world and you have a good job and it makes you a lot of money. So in my opinion, I feel like you're doing pretty good. And as a female figure talking to us today, I think you're a good figure for us and a good example.
You guys all just need to learn from your mistakes and forward, that's it. There's more to life than going out and running the streets, and life's great. Don't make it though, you're the one that makes it.
Questions?
This might not make sense. But do you ever get like frustrated thinking now, like, if I would have just changed this back then, I wouldn't have had to wait until I was 21, or I wouldn't have had to do this. If I wouldn't, like, do you get frustrated about your past ever?
No, I don't, because everything I did in my past led me to where I am now. So there's things that wouldn't have came in my life if I didn't do the things that I did. So it was like, you know, everything brought me to where I am today. So I don't regret anything.
No regrets.
How do you view our generation?
Third generation.
Be honest.
I really don't know. I mean,
You guys got a lot to learn,
Yeah.
man. A lot to learn about life.
Why do you
yeah, I have a daughter that's 20 and she actually came through the program here. I put her into the program when she was 16. She was very defiant at home, wouldn't listen to me. We were dealing with mental health issues, CYS, you know, I got them involved, nothing against me, but just because she wouldn't listen to me, wouldn't go to school. So I called them one day and they took her, and she was actually, what house was she at? She was at Colony. She was there for a little bit and then she transferred out because she had medical problems and went to another facility. And when COVID hit, we went to court and I got her back because I just wanted her to graduate high school. And that was like my main focus for putting her away. And also, she would take like every medication in the house and I couldn't trust her to go to work. I couldn't do anything. She was a cutter. She just off the chart. So, yeah, so I had a child that came through here.
Doing good now.
How is she doing now?
Good.
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 Is she happy that you like put her?
She was happy that I mean, at first she hated me. And, you know, after, you know, a week or so, she calmed down and, you know, she was content and happy that I put her where she was.
This may sound crazy to most, but I'm actually kind of happy that I'm here because I think it was a positive thing. Before I came here, I was terrible in school. I was known for a lot of things. I was very disrespectful to my mother, like to the point where I used to like physically fight my mother. It was really, really bad. And I had a lot of past trauma with most of the people that I knew in my city, for example. So I'm kind of happy that I'm here because once I leave here, I would never see those people ever again. So I'm really happy that I'm starting like a new fresh slate. I don't have that phone anymore with all that social media or my passwords anymore. It's like, I feel like I'm a whole new person. So I'm actually kind of happy that was put here. I feel like it was like a gift a little bit and like a start over point, so.
Kind of like what Kia said, but I have a hard time asking for help. I hate asking for help. Ask any of my teachers that I've ever had. But coming here, I feel like is a big step for asking the help that I clearly need. And it's also getting me out of a bad situation at home.
Yeah, don't ever be afraid to ask for help. You have to ask for help.
I still ask for help. Hello.
So obviously it was like painful seeing your daughter go through that, but like, was it scary? Like knowing she like cut herself and she did all those bad things? Cause you didn't know like really how she would end up.
Yeah, it was. That's why I put her somewhere where I knew she was gonna be safe and get, you know, the appropriate help. But I couldn't, she wouldn't listen to me and I, you know, anything I said, she didn't listen, so I had no choice.
It's not a good thing, but like, it shows how much you care that you, like, I want you to get this help, so. That is-
Yeah.
I feel like that's good too, because I know a lot of girls who they had the loving mom, but also I don't care mom, if that makes sense. And most of those girls I knew got pregnant at 16, they became like addicted to drugs and drinking. And they'll be like with different boys every other week on the streets. So I feel like you putting your daughter in this program probably saved your life a little bit, because with cutting, you could probably hit the wrong vein sometimes. Like I know plenty of girls who hit the wrong vein and end up in the hospital, or you could take the wrong amount of pills and you could like OD. So it's kind of a good thing that you put your daughter in this type of program to save herself from like either killing herself or being somewhere else besides on earth. That makes sense.
Other questions? What time we got left, Saunders?
4 minutes. 3.5, I'm on.
Other questions? Yes.
Did you ever struggle with maintaining healthy boundaries?
Maintaining healthy boundaries. I don't know, just life in general is just a struggle, everything. For a while until, you know, everything balances out and.
Do you love yourself?
I love myself.
Yeah.
It's a problem a lot of you girls have. I don't think you love yourselves enough. You're always worried about what somebody else is thinking about you. Ella?
What, like, cause I know like, obviously like what people say loving yourself is, but what's your definition of loving yourself?
Well, I think the dude Tim that was in here, y'all heard Tim, right?
Yeah,
Did he talk about love?
Mhm.
Not a feeling and it's a choice?
yeah, it's a choice and it goes into action.
There you go. He should have answered your question right there about love.
I didn't ask, I was scared to ask.
So that dude knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So. The end of the day, man, y'all guys gotta just be motivated to do what y'all need to do while you're here. Get out of here and stay motivated so that way y'all can be successful after you leave here. Tell y'all the same thing all.
Is it hard to like focus on yourself?
Yeah, it was, I mean, not easy, but I mean, if it's something that you want, you'll drive until you do it.
Boundaries. We talked about yesterday, respecting each other's boundaries. Right? As long as y'all respect each other's boundaries, everything should be all right. You guys are constantly fussing over the littlest things. Just gotta stop. Right. Any other questions? No? It's time. It's about time, right, Saunders?
Yeah.